Welcome please to the JVG podcast, where these G's are gonna spread their seeds of knowledge about the league. It's flourishing with these funny catchers seem to be well read, esteemed and honest. Like the man himself, Jeff Van Gundy, they are high IQ, so cerebral and funny. So if you're on the bus, just border on the dunny, listen to the
JVG NBA Tribute Show.
Hello and welcome to the Jeff Van Gundy Tribute Show. I am your host Lukas, joined as always by my co-host Marco. Marco, how you doing this evening?
I'm pretty good. You're a bit quiet this time.
This is what I've been telling you about for the first 120 episodes. And I was like, how do we sound? How are we looking for levels?
Yeah.
Oh, green bean.
And Ned. And Ned's here. Yeah, how am I sounding now?
Yeah, you look perfect now.
Great.
I think that was a great pick behind the kimono. This is actually take two.
Yeah.
Of an I think we rarely take two takes.
I don't think we've ever taken two.
I think we have.
Well, maybe once.
Yeah.
Or twice. Or two.
Or two takes even.
Yeah. So long-time listeners will remember that we used to record in front of a virtual fish tank. We probably had about an 80 episode stretch where we did that. And then, we've put other stuff on the telly and we've had other moods and vibes and things of this nature. Right now, Ned is playing Blacktop 1-on-1. He is James Harden, and he's playing against his my player, whose name is Big Boy.
Big boy.
Sorry, pronouncing incorrectly.
For the first 16 possessions of the game, he was playing as Big Boy against James Harden.
Yeah.
Didn't go too well for him.
Then James Harden got hot, and Ned switched teams.
Yeah. It was when James Harden used to play for the Ringers, so great outside shot.
Yeah. And since he's changed teams, Big Boy is now making a comeback. Mounting a comeback on the scoreboard. But Marco, we can talk bloody chomp at the bit until the nanas come home, right?
Yeah, well, there's two things I want to talk about regarding that, actually. Firstly, we did a before job this episode.
Oh, yeah.
We should just note that we ate before.
Yeah, I feel fine.
Yeah, I think it was because we got a human amount of chips, which I regret. I'm totally on your side.
Yeah.
Usually we got El Jana. Usually when we get El Jana, we get the MacBook case worth of hot chips, aka the family size. How much does it retail for these days?
Retails for 22 or something.
22 or something. Yeah. And then the next size down is the large, which I want to say is $10.
$8.90.
$8.90.
Yeah.
So there's like a 200 and something % increase.
Yeah.
On the price, and probably like a 300 or 400% increase on the amount of chips you get.
Yeah, I think great, just incredible stats pulled out your ass.
Thank you.
There.
All off the top of my dome.
Yeah.
And yeah, you never finish it, but it's good to have them. It's good to have the option.
But yeah, you don't want to finish the chips. You don't want to get to the end and be like, oh, awesome, we finished the chips.
I think it's nice sometimes, but you're right. When you finish them, you've never had enough.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. So we're on the same page.
Yeah.
So enough about that, though. There's another reason you wanted to talk before we get to the proper reason of the episode.
How was your first game at the Boombox as a media of the member? As a media of the member, I see.
Yeah, as a media of the member, first game at the Boombox. I got there with plenty of time. Second time I've gone. First time I've been let in.
And that second time you had plenty of time.
Yeah, true. But I got there with honestly, man, I was completely taken out of sorts on my Sunday. I was in a rush. My fucking heartbeat was increased. But I won't bore listeners with the details. I ended up getting to the game super early because I had to do some TD2 stuff, which I planned on doing at the North Fitzroy Library, exactly right. But that didn't open until 2, which is not even an opening time. So I went to the Boombox at about 1:30 and then did that stuff. And then I had about an hour and 15 minutes to spare. Game was great. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I got told where the post-game press conference was going to be, but it just never ended up happening.
Oh.
Or at least it didn't end up happening for at least 15 to 20 minutes after the game. And at that point, I was like, I actually wasn't going to ask a question anyway. I just wanted to see how everything was operating. But then at that point, I was like, I'm just going to go. So I didn't end up seeing any post-game stuff. The game itself was incredible. Melbourne, it was Perth versus Melbourne. I don't know if we said that, but it was pretty tight all game. Well, it was tight in the first quarter. Perth went on a massive run in the second. Melbourne went on a massive run in the third. Went into the fourth, either 3-point advantage for Perth or 1 point advantage for Perth. And then fucking Annalee Maley just went crazy over about a 100-second stretch. She got 11 points in that time, and the Boomers got 1 basket, and it turned the scoreboard from, I think, 60 to 57 to 71-59, and then it was just game over after that. Right. It was just cool. I feel like I'm never watching the basketball game or in attendance when the star gets hot. And it was so fun to see the game where the star got hot.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a great game, and I'm looking forward to December and Jan, because I think 8 more games at the Boombox in like the next 6 weeks.
When's the next one?
The 17th.
17th. Okay. I'm going to one that either just pre-Christmas or just post-Christmas one, whichever one it is.
Yeah.
It'll be in the calendar.
Yeah.
If you guys just want to check the calendar, it should be there.
Yeah, it's the 17th and the 20th are at the Boombox. 20th is against Sydney, and then on the 30th, it's against Bendigo.
Yeah.
And I think TD2 EU is going to Bendigo.
Yeah, that's the one.
In Melbourne.
Beautiful, I love that.
Yeah.
I went to a sports game on Sunday as well.
What did you do on Sunday?
I went to the AFL Grand Final. The North Melbourne Kangaroos versus the Brisbane Lions. Really good game. Very, very back and forth. I think all but one goal scored at the same end. The end at Icon Park that has all the fans in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, very, very back and forth, like dominating quarters. And then Bree Conan for Brisbane just had one of those games off the half-back where she was getting like every single intercept and just like dominating. So that was good. It was good to be there with friend of the show, member of the show, Dante Boffa, who got to see his beloved Brisbane win 1 flag this year. But I got horrifically sunburned.
Yeah, I saw a bit of sunburn going around.
I got the worst sunburn ever. I think because it's been so rainy and dreary all week, I was like, I'm just going to leave the house like I usually do with my clothes. With no sort of no hat, no sunglasses, no sunscreen, nothing like that.
Yeah.
And then it was obviously a beautiful sunny day. Where we were sitting at Icon Park was just literally the sun skirted the edge. Like the shade was always in one row behind us the entire day. And yeah, I just didn't do enough to stop it, and then it was too late.
Well, you don't look burnt.
Thank you. It's actually developed into can you see a tan line there?
Well, you've got that's.
I can see the freckle.
The sun is coming from that direction. The light's coming from that direction, so I can't really see.
And how about on this arm?
Bit green.
So yeah, it's developed into a tan very quickly. Actually,
yeah,
I would like to say. I would like to say.
Well, I'll co-op that with you as well. Just what? just on
26 rebounds from Big Boy. That's what Ned's trying to signal to us.
That's what you wanted to show us. Okay. On the fucking basketball and footy and where it intersects, Mon Conti was she plays for Melbourne. Of course. And yeah, before the game they gave her a little intro. They were like, "Yo, AFL best and fairest Mon Conti, welcome her." And in hindsight, I don't know if she scored, but she made a few plays. But just I don't know, just feel like it's always going to be insane.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, 1.1 rebound. But Mon Conti, I feel like the last 3 weeks it's been finish your AFLW season, played a game with Melbourne the 7 days after. A couple days after that, she wins the best and fairest. And then they introduce her and...
She's tired.
Yeah, it looks like
She'd be exhausted.
Yeah.
She won a 5th straight Richmond best and fairest as well, which is not surprising. But
yeah, it'll tire anyone out.
Yeah.
So why are we here today, Marco?
So we're here today. We're gonna do something fun. We're gonna do a little fun activity.
Oh yeah.
I thought it'd be fun. I've been thinking about this since the preseason. I know I won't spoil it, but a member of this list I think inspired it for me.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna do a 2023 NBA rookie class tier list. But it's not going to be based on just who's playing the best basketball. It's more of a vibes-based list,
Yeah.
I think obviously how they play, if they're doing well, the eye test, all those sorts of things will play into this. But also it's have they got swag? What fits do they wear? What do they like on the gram? When they do a post-match interview, do you want to tear your hair out, or are they kind of funny? When they get mic'd up, they have some funny little quip. And most importantly, Would you have a beer with them?
That's a great question at the end there, Marco. Would you have a beer with them? So did you say it was going to be a tier list?
Yes, it is going to be a tier list.
And we'll go through our tiers. We'll go through the tiers that we've organised for these young gentlemen.
Yeah.
What have we named the tiers? So we're obviously going a classic S, A, B, C, F.
Yeah, we're not going S, A, B, C, D, E, F because I think that's just too much headache.
Yeah. And in terms of do they pass the beer test?
So
what do we have in store?
So for the S tier, we have boiling hot Heineken.
Yeah.
As in, you would want to have a beer with them so badly that beer could be a boiling hot Heineken.
Yeah. And you wouldn't bat an eyelid.
You would not bat one at all. In fact, you might have two. In the A tier, we have a warm Hahn Ultra Crisp.
Yeah.
The B tier is a cool Carlton Dry.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm definitely, I think what I'm thinking of for this one is it's a 18-degree day and the Carlton Dry hasn't been refrigerated.
Yeah. Nice.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
C, we have a cold Bolter XBA. That's pretty nice, actually. And then in the dreaded F tier, I would, it would take a freezing cold filter XBA for me to share a beer with this one.
Yeah. Great tiers. I forgot half of them. And we've got about what 15 rookies here on our list.
Yeah. So I've gone all the most well known / highest picked rookies
/ our favorite.
Yeah. Our favorites. And also, spoiler alert, Chet Holmgren is on this list, even though he wasn't drafted this year.
Yeah.
He's a rookie this year, and also, I want to talk about where I would rank him on this list.
Yeah.
Should we get started?
Yeah, let's get started. Should we get started with potentially the number one pick?
Yeah, potentially.
Hailing all the way from France. It's Victor Wembanyama?
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
I think you're saying that correctly.
Yeah.
So I pulled up the stats for most of the rookies, but I didn't pull Wembanyama's stats up because, I don't know, I feel like they're kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
His Instagram handle is @Wemby, which is already a pretty good start there.
Yeah.
You go on his Instagram, he's got, a nice combination of little promoted things, game day photos. He gets some serious points for having Drake and then also, that famous photo of him, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Manu Ginobili, and Sean Elliott.
Also, this one, certified San Antonian. Guess which one he is.
Just towering above everyone. And I think he's just obviously the most recognizable rookie ever, potentially, because of his freakish nature. And he's just played into his brand so well. He's hey, he's not too cocky, he's not too humble. He maintains a little bit of mystery. He's a bit goofy sometimes. What do you think about Wembanyama?
Yeah, I think that was a nice point at the end there about him has maintained a little bit of mystery. I feel like there is an element of him that's quite down to earth though. It's as down to earth as you can be as a massive global basketball superstar.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's very true to himself. Now, the numbers I think everyone knows, or at least, enough. You get an idea. The efficiency, obviously, people want to bang on about that. That's fair. 27% from the land of fucking Drainsville. And then even 43% from the field is just not that good, especially when you're as tall as he is. But he's offset that with enough, just being good at basketball and making good plays with no point guard.
Yeah.
And that game against the Suns, I feel like is still strong in everyone's memory. And also another thing I want to add to the fold, number one.
Yeah.
Number one, I feel like does a lot for me.
100%.
So hopefully I feel like I'm at this point of his basketball career. I hope he's a career-long San Antonian, and he never wavers off that number one, unless maybe I don't know, some Tim Duncan tribute or something.
Yeah.
And he puts it on for an 8-second violation.
He comes off the bench for one game in the Tim Duncan number.
Yeah.
I like how he is in interviews. He's very classically European. I think Luka and Jokic have the same attitude as he has, where he's he's a bit sarcastic and a bit wry, kind of holding back, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Occasionally it comes off a bit douchebaggy.
Yeah.
That would be my only criticism of him so far.
Yeah.
What tier would you put this fella in?
But I feel like that could just be a blending of cultures.
Yeah.
And as good as he is, he's French.
Yeah.
He's bound to be an asshole every once in a while. In terms of what tier I'd put him in, oh man, I don't want to be a dick rider. I don't actually care. I'd have a boiling hot Heineken with him.
You'd have a boiling hot
I'd
Heineken.
love to have a boiling hot Heineken with him.
See, I was thinking Warm Heart Ultra Crisp, A tier for those who haven't been listening a lot.
Yeah.
But I've actually, and this is the last thing we should talk about, the actual beer test. We were talking about this off mic. Like, I don't know how much we'd have to say to each other, but God, I just love to be near him for 30 minutes.
Yeah. So I've been doing this intro Pilates thing, and I've been doing some hot mat. Oh no, I've been doing some hot mat. Oh, that's all you need to know. But just like the mat classes, I wonder what he looks like in a mat class.
Crazy.
Like how far does his foot step forward? How wide is his wingspan? How big is his yoga mat? And obviously he has to get it custom made. It'd be like genuinely 2 of the one I use. The one I use is long. So I think, just sheer physical proportions. The fact that he's been a superstar for like 4 years already.
Yeah.
And then just, the way he's carried himself early in his career.
Yeah.
And that Phoenix Suns game was really impressive.
I'm looking at that video on his Instagram of him stretching out. Like, absolute sight to behold. Also, he's good on the caption game. Summer is almost over, full stop, and then like Buddha emoji.
Oh yeah.
Just a little bit goofy,
Yeah.
I am happy to put him in boiling hot Heineken tier, even if A was my my gut reaction. If
We could do 2 different tiers.
I think we should meet in the middle. Let's put him in S tier.
Okay. Next on the list is pick number 2.
Who would have thunk it?
And that is Brandon Miller, hailing all the way from wherever he was born and playing for Chicago. Charlotte.
Great start. Averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 45, 38, 79 shooting. So, like, pretty good. Like, I've enjoyed watching him when he plays, but, like, I feel like he hasn't made an impact on me. Like, I haven't been like, oh, that's who Brandon Miller is.
Yeah.
Also, like, not that you have to when you're a rookie, but, like, I feel like he's had no impact on how good or bad the Hornets are. Like, he's just sort of been there putting up 14 and 4. In terms of his off the court stuff, in like interviews and stuff like that, I think he gives off that thing where he's like, and one of his teammates said it, whenever anyone on the Charlotte Hornets opens their mouth, like, I just hate listening. But like one of his teammates was like, like he's really humble, like, he's like got a don't give a fuck attitude. And then like you watch him in interviews and you're like, oh, I think it's because he's like doesn't know how to talk to people.
Yeah.
Like I think he's really awkward.
Yeah.
And he's just stylistically he's just not having much of an impact on me.
Yeah. I feel like that 14, 4 and 2, I just feel like that's what he puts up every night for the Hornets. Like there's no headlines, and if he can just do that in any situation, like over an NBA career, he'll end up being a valuable player to a good team at some point. I'm a bit surprised at how efficient he's been. 45 from the field. I feel like that's, not great, but I feel like for a rookie, that's good. 38 from 3, that's good for an NBA player. 79% from the line, you can't foul him in late game situations. That's all you need to do. And I feel like you're right in, like, before the season started, I remember this one where he was doing like pick your best 5 or whatever, and it was one of those TikTok things where players' faces come up, and Chris Middleton came up, and he was like, I don't know who that is. And at the time, it was like, oh, this guy's too cool for school. But as his career has progressed, it's like, oh no, this guy's just all like, he's just shy beyond measure. Yeah. And I found I was catching myself a few times in the early season being like, who's that guy for the Hornets? Who's that player for the Hornets? He looks really comfortable out there. Yeah. And maybe he could speed up his game a bit or something. But I feel like I think he's going to be good. But not drawing me in. I'm not watching Hornets games full stop, but I'm also not like being like, I wonder what Brandon Miller's up to.
Yeah, and like I've watched whenever I have watched him play, I've enjoyed it. I think I thought coming into league he was more of like a 3-4, like more of a power forwardy type. But he plays like a kind of like classic 3. You know, like that real like lots of play on the wing. You know, getting a good matchup and then trying to like blow past them. Whereas I just had it in my mind that he was going to be like slower and bigger and less agile, I suppose. So that's that's a positive for Brandon, I guess.
And you're sat across from him at the fucking Great Northern Hotel, and the bartender comes over and says, "We have a selection of 5 beers, and which one would you get with him?"
Look, I'm just not overly impressed, to be honest. I think I might have to go Cold Bolter XPA.
I was thinking Cold Bolter XPA.
Yeah.
You know what else I was thinking? We are currently having a Cold Bolter XPA.
Yeah.
So what does that?
I would say it's not freezing.
What does that mean for us, though?
We got work to do, you know.
That's true.
We're not here to enjoy ourselves.
That's true, and it would be work with Brendan Miller.
Yeah.
All right, well, jetting on over to the northwest of America, where, the 3rd pick in the draft.
Who would have thunk it?
Look at that. Let's just redo. And let's just scoot on over to the northwest of the Americas. It's the 3rd pick of the draft, Scoot McHenderson, who is putting up 9, 3, and 4 on 34, 22, 68.
So he had a very bad start to his NBA career. Like, you know, I would say terrible. And then he got injured or was carrying an injury. Like
it was one of the two.
It was one of the two. And he's come off the bench the last few games, and like he's looked better. He's gotten more assists, but he still just like cannot. I think he might have had a quarter where he shot like 2 of 2 from 3, and that might be like the best he's done all season, basically.
Was that against the Bucks?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like you don't want to judge his play too early because he's a rookie, but like for the 3rd overall pick on a bad team, you should like probably be the 3rd best guard on the team, and you're currently the 4th. Then this whole stuff, I think this plays into the vibes well. This stuff with the goggles, he started wearing goggles when he came back from his injury.
Yeah.
And so
it was a back injury.
So the reason is that the coaching staff, the medical staff discovered that he needed contact lenses, like he was short-sighted or whatever. And then this is like, I'm hearing 2 stories here, but the one I'm going with is that he wears the goggles because the coaching staff are worried he's going to play with. He was like fidgeting with them too much in practice. Like he was so fidgety that he was like,
oh, with the contact lenses.
Yeah.
No way.
And I just thought, one, it's like really funny. I mean, not funny, but one, it's very revealing that it's like, all right, these guys are still kids. Like, he's still like a guy you have to be like, hey, Scoot, like, stop. You're gonna get an infection. And 2, also really funny to play like 5 NBA games, and then they're like, oh no, you need glasses. Like,
I feel like he reads, Scoot Henderson with goggles. I feel like that's a player from the 70s and the 80s or something. And Scoot's his nickname. I feel like, oh my God, I never realized his full name.
What is it?
Sterling Henderson.
Oh, that's a great name.
Which is also a 70s or 80s player.
100%.
Nicknamed Scoot.
Yeah, but more of a post guy, you know. Like.
Yeah. But still 6'3". I feel like I feel like I want to see the flash from Scoot.
Yeah.
Like I want to see him do the good thing and make the good play. I feel like he was very, very hyped. Like there was. I feel like there was even a patch where it's like Scoot or Wemby.
There was.
Yeah.
Like
when Mets 82 or 92 played G League Ignite team.
Yeah.
That was like a hyped game.
And then when Brandon Miller went to it was like, okay, like they're going for positionality, but this is going to be a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Like they definitely should have gone for Scoot. Yeah.
And so far it doesn't look like a huge mistake.
Not at all.
In terms of like swagger and off-court stuff, I think actually on-court swagger, Scoot's got it.
Mm-hmm.
On-court play, not really.
Yeah.
Not yet. Off-court, I cannot tell you what his vibe is, how he is in interviews. I think the fact that the training staff needed to tell him to stop playing with his contact lenses is pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't judge his off-court stuff. Have you been keeping up with his pre-game fits and stuff?
Yeah, like I'm not a huge fan, to be honest. I think he's a bit cringe. To start with, His Instagram handle is @thereal0_. Yeah. Just the real anything already is flashing red flags for me. It should be something classy like YG Trace or something. And yeah, he's got lots of the Christian shit on his Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, his bio is control what you can, cross emoji, have unwavering faith, and then Portland and the pin emoji.
Oh yeah.
And then I think he's just in interviews. He's not in I actually haven't seen him in a post-game interview. He might not have ever been chosen to do one at this stage. But he has that remember when Ant Edwards was doing all his press stuff after he got drafted but before he started playing, and he was so cocky, and then he started playing okay, yeah, you're really, really good.
Yeah.
He's got that, and he just hasn't shown the product to back it up. So I'm getting a bit cringe. It's giving a bit cringe.
Yeah.
And I think this comment on one of his Instagram posts, I can't remember which one it was, but just a classic pre-game fit with locked in or something like that. No, not locked in.
Yeah.
But yeah, at 808 Anks commented, "Bro, please lock the fuck in."
It's so funny.
Which, yeah. So yeah, I'm not loving Scoot so far from a vibes or a basketball standpoint. I'm sure he'll improve from the basketball standpoint. But Lucas, where are you tiering this guy?
Now we've talked him down. I feel like I'd still have a cool Carlton drive with him.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think he'd be fun. I think he'd be fun to hang out with for sure. I'm happy with the cool Carlton try for Scoot Henderson.
Yeah. All right. Well, should we move on to the next one since we're in agreement for that one? It's not the fourth pick in the draft,
It couldn't be, could it?
Wait, is it actually?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm in Thompson.
Man, maybe I should have shaken these up.
Yeah. Just going through this list, pretty bad draft class.
Yeah. Is it top heavy? No.
Just one heavy.
Yeah.
I think
I think they're really lucky. They're almost really lucky that Chet got injured for a whole season.
Yeah.
Because there is an interesting top end.
Yeah. Victor, Brandon. I like the Osar Thompson, the defending one. Mm-hmm. I like Bilal, but other than that, I feel and there's actually a couple of other players.
There's some good late round picks here.
Maybe 4 to 6 was bad.
Yeah, it's not very inspiring at the moment. Anyway.
And that number 4, Armin Thompson, 6-3-1 on 40, 18, 62 splits. Has more followers than his friend. But I don't really have much to say about Amen.
I haven't seen him. I have barely seen him play. He's played such limited minutes in the NBA that he's meant to be the point guard one. But I already like that Osar's not a point guard more. If you know what I mean. I like him more as a defender and a wing guy on offense. I guess we're kind of talking about both twins here because their social media presences are super, super intertwined. Yeah, right. In fact, maybe we should do them kind of at the same time.
Let's do them at the same time.
But both of their Instagrams, they have so many sponsors. They're all sponsored posts. They had one that's wow, so happy to be here at the NBA draft with thanks to Buffalo Wild Wings and Starry Lemon. Yeah, epic. And yeah, personality-wise, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you the difference between them. I think they both seem like sincere young gentlemen with maybe a 7 out of 10 on the fashion scale. Yeah. There is
a lot of sincerity with the Thompson twins. So shout out to their parents for raising 2 upstanding members of the American society, the wider American society. I would, in terms of the beer test, we've just sat down. It's you, me, Osar. Nope, it's you, me, Amen, and the bartender comes over. I'm probably saying, you got any freezing cold filter XPA? Is it back there? But then Osar comes in. I'm like, hey, Osar, what do you feel like drinking? So I would get a warm Hun Ultra Crisp with Osar. Really? And probably, you know what? I'd get a Bolter. A cold Bolter with Amen.
I agree with Bolter for Amen, but I was thinking cool Carlton Dry with Osar. Okay. Because I'm not... he's really good, though. He's really fun to watch. I'm
willing to wriggle into Carlton Dry territory. Yeah. I think being so ready as a defender in the NBA, I just would love to get a beer with that. with that person.
Yeah.
Like, Thinking Basketball made a video on him like 4 games into his
Yeah,
career.
he
Like,
did.
they'd seen,
He did.
there had been enough clips to make a 10-minute video. And
Yeah,
none of them
and,
were
like,
from, they were all NBA games.
And they were all against, like, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And, yeah.
Like, the first, oh man, and fucking hell, just sidebar, but watching Shea and I think Tyrese Halliburton in the early season, no one can guard them.
Yeah.
They're the 2 players I've seen, especially fucking Tyrese today against Drew.
Yeah.
Walking around him.
Yeah.
He turned him around and then hit that 3.
Yeah.
So shout out to Saf.
Nah, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Warm Trips. I love the way he's got that like Matisse Thybulle but better, where like his defender beats him, but like he's not done.
Yeah,
Like he's so good at recovering when he gets beaten on the perimeter, and it's like almost like he's already gotten so many of those like side/behind blocks. Like so early in his career. Yeah, let's give him a warm heart ultra crisp.
Yeah, he's earned it.
I'm happy with that.
He also has that like speed and agility thing where you just can't tell when he's changing directions.
Yeah.
Like if you were to watch him in isolation, you'd think he's jogging, but when you watch him on the rest of the in the context of the game, he's faster than everyone.
Yeah, 100%. He's making the move he's making the move after, but he's getting there first.
Yeah. I believe it's called acceleration. Over to the Orlandos, and oh boy, 5-2-1. Go on.
This guy Anthony Black, 5-2-1, 47, 29, 65 shooting splits. He's like their starting point guard.
Yeah.
And they have the second best record in the East.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what's going on in Orlando fully. If this guy's like pretty consistently managed to keep his starting position, when like they have plenty of point guards as well. Don't they famously have like 6 good not great point guards? And now they've got like a bad one.
Yeah, and he's the one getting the gig.
Yeah.
Well, at least his turnovers are low. That could be on account of the fact that he plays 19 minutes as a starting point guard. Do you know who Cam Wilder is? He's like a basketball YouTuber.
No.
Okay, I feel like whoever one of Anthony Black and Cam Wilder is younger stole the look from the other person.
Right, yeah.
I feel like Cam Wilder's a fucking tosser though.
Yeah.
And I feel like Anthony Black isn't.
No, he looks really sweet. He's got like
Anthony Black?
He's got that sweetie look on his face.
Yeah, he really does. I feel like I've seen him make one good play, and I like the way he reacted to it. And I know that's so like the least substance thing I've said on this pod, but I like him. I don't know if I like his basketball. I don't know if I've really taken any sort of note of his basketball.
No.
But in terms of like presence and just the way he carries himself and stuff like that, I really like him.
Yeah, he's got a great look. He's got a fantastic haircut. It's like a little bit red food, but also like there's this one photo on his Instagram where he's got like he's kind of like leaning slightly to the side, and he's got his sunnies like at a 45-degree angle, and it's like that is so red food. That is so 2010. And he like has a backpack in like half of the photos of him not playing basketball in the internet, which is like so cute, man. Like, he looks like a little backpack kid. And then he vlogs as well. He's got a YouTube channel. I think maybe when we finish recording this, we should watch.
Yeah, watch a vlog or two.
We should watch I Went Shopping for a Car, vlog number 2. So like all that sort of like good vibe energy that kicks him into Cool Carlton Dry territory.
Okay, I'm happy with the Cool Carlton Dry. I feel like. Yeah, of all the vibey stuff and the good and all the goodness of Anthony Black is weighed down by his basketballing performance.
Yeah,
like
100%.
His numbers were better. There'd be a warm Ultra.
Yeah, exactly. But like if even no matter how much fun he is, if someone sees me having a beer with Anthony Black, they're gonna be like, really?
Very good. All right, should we zip over to the capital?
Yeah. So you can talk about this guy over here, Bilal Coulibaly.
Mr. Coulibaly. Yeah, his counting numbers are not too good. I feel like they don't move though. I feel like they just don't update them because he had an 18-point game in Brooklyn famously.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a Wizards game in a very long time, like a full game. I've watched maybe 6 minutes here or there, and I keep missing on Bilal Koulibaly's minutes. But I really like him. I would say in terms of my like long term, who I'd want to keep on the Wizards, him and Corey Kispert would be probably my first two people, which is just an insane thing to think and say. But yeah, I feel like because Jordan Poole's already gone. And Kyle Kuzma's like probably gonna be gone. I've had to like cut ties with Kuz. Then he's probably here for the long run. Gaff's, you know, we love Gaff on this show.
Yeah.
But he's in a different way to Osar Thompson, but just like so ready to be a defender in the NBA, which just isn't common at all. I was wrong. It was actually a 20-point performance against the Nets of Brooklyn, shooting 57% from three as well. Actually, to be fair, the 3-point percentage is a lot higher than I thought it would be.
It looks like super, like 2.6 attempts a game, 43.5%. That's like, that feels real. Like that feels like you can scale up those attempts and keep, you know, vaguely that percentage.
Yeah,
like, I mean, 43.5 is like. That's really good. Like, and you're a premium 3-point shooter in the NBA if you can keep that up. But yeah, like I think like you were saying, like he looks really comfortable out there, and he looks like an NBA player. Like in like build and physique, but then also just like in how he like reads the game and reacts to the game. So I don't think his counting numbers are really that bad for like a 26-minute per game rookie whose job is mostly like defensive and kind of glue guy, and also when like Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma are taking up 70% of the team's shots, by design. So yeah, no, I like him. I don't know. I have zero read on what he's like off the court though. Yeah, his Instagram gives away nothing. Yeah. Have you seen him give a post-game interview?
No. They love him though. The commentators, the Wizards commentators, love him. They're like, man, if you wanna stay on the hang on, 5 posts on his Insta. Yeah, that's lit. But Drew Gooden especially is like, man, if you want to stay on the court, guard. Bilal's out there because he's guarding the other team's best players. Because everyone wants to get shots up, but not everyone wants to guard the best players.
That's very true on the Washington Wizards.
Also the criticism on his game was mainly the 3-point shot. So, and to be fair, the release is pretty bad. And I'm pretty sure if you looked into it and you had fucking second spectrum or whatever, it'd be a lot of wide open attempts. But I'm also not going to hold it against him for shooting 43%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it has to start somewhere.
Yeah. You sat by Bilal Koulibaly. What are you ordering?
I think he's in cool Carlton Dry territory as well. I'm not obsessed with him, but like he seems. Now I'm having second thoughts about this. I don't know if I really would want to have a beer with him. Actually.
Okay. So you're going a cold bolter.
I think I'm going a cold bolter, but I could be convinced to a cool Carlton Dry because he's a positive, NBA player. I just don't know how much personality he would have.
I was going to go a warm Hunt Ultra Crisp.
Really?
Yeah. Still the enigma off court, but I feel like that's something I want to learn about.
Right.
And in the time of a beer, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
I can probably stretch it out if it's weird in the first 5.
Yeah.
And then at least I'd get to learn.
I think then we very clearly land on the cool Carlton Dry directly in the middle of our 2 picks.
That sounds good to me. Next we got the Pacers pick, and I feel like I said his name incorrectly before.
I think Jarace Walker, I believe.
Jarace Walker from the Indiana Pacers. What have you made of him, and what are his counting stats?
I put him here mostly because I had him in my NBA draft preview, and I love tooting that horn.
Yeah.
You can find that at thedeep2.com where you can find all good articles. He's only played 5 games. So he's 3 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. 39 from the field, 0% from 3, yet to hit a 3-pointer in the NBA, but 100% from the free throw line.
Yeah, and he's chucking up a 3 in all 5 games that he's played.
He has since been sent to the Indiana Pacers G League affiliate. Who is their G League affiliate? Just interested if you know.
Do you have it down there?
No.
I want to say like the Indianapolis Maze Men.
You were so close.
Oh my god.
It's the Indiana Mad Ants. Wait,
Why is that close?
because mazes? Ants kind of live in a maze if you think
Oh,
about it.
I was thinking maize, M-A-I-Z-E.
Oh, like corn.
Yeah, 'cause of their corn.
Okay. Well, we came at it from different angles and we arrived at the wrong answer. His off the court stuff is a bit better. Like he's a nice cheery fellow.
Yeah.
He's got the mononym Instagram handle @Gerace, which I always have to give credit for.
Yeah.
Him and our main man Gradey Dick, who we'll be getting to soon, have a really fun Nerf video together. So that's always fun. But like, there's just no basketball product backing this guy up.
Yeah. Also, I'm seeing here it says on his basketball reference it's Jerace.
Okay.
Jerace Walker. I feel like he's always got an ear smile on the bench, and yeah, he's just a positive fellow. I have to double check this or look into this Nerf video a little more in my own time.
That's good. It's good fun.
Yeah, but I would say basketball being bad, guy being sweet, it's gonna be somewhere in the middle, or at least one of those middle three.
Yeah.
I think though. Oh, but he is sweet.
Yeah, I think he like genuinely might pass the beer test.
Yeah.
In terms of like, I'll have one with him, and we won't like run out of things to talk about. But like, the basketball's not doing much for it. I think he might be cool, cut and dry territory.
I think so. I think if you pass the beer test, just full stop there. It's a minimum cool, cut and dry.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's say minimum cool, cut and dry for Jerace.
So weird that all these we're getting heaps in the middle of this tier. It's almost it's like a bell curve or something.
Next up we have
Taylor Hendricks,
and I will say freezing cold filter XPA. Taylor Hendricks.
Taylor Hendricks. He's played 20 minutes of NBA basketball so far. I only picked him out because he has some absolute classic Instagram captions, which I will read out for you. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. What's that? Magnifying glass emoji.
Yeah.
HNDRXX, which is known as like Hendrix, like how Future spells it.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince of Utah, saxophone emoji. Life is what you make it, and then like a little cocktail glass.
Yeah.
And then Underdog, but DAWG. He's also apparently really good in 2K. Like he's like classic actual stretch four, like 2 blocks and 4 threes a game type of guy.
What do you mean he is good into like to play with
like,
him,
like
or he's
him
good
as
at
their character?
I see.
But yeah, I have to agree with you. I think freezing cold filter XPS.
Yeah,
pretty accurate for this guy.
Yeah. Next on our rookie list, it's Cason Wallace of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now I got to be honest, 7-2-1 on 60. Far out, 60, 52, 84 splits.
I think he's leading the league in 3-point percentage.
Wow. And I feel like he kind of came out of nowhere, for me at least.
100%, yeah.
I get the feeling he was drafted, but he just gives me the feeling that he was undrafted.
He was drafted I think they traded, them being the Oklahoma City Thunder, traded like 1 spot up for him or something like that.
Pick 10.
Yeah.
He's 20. He looks a lot older than 20.
Yeah, he looks ancient.
Yeah. But just in terms of fitting straight into like a really good basketball team, shooting incredible splits, it's one thing to, be low volume, but then to make the most of those opportunities at 60%, 52.5% clip, that's a whole other thing. On a rookie, as a rookie player, no less. I think there's a lot of good things about Cason Wallace. I don't know how he is personality wise. I get the feeling could be a bit of a long chat, bit of a tough chat. Wait, I see here in the Google Doc he's misquoted Lil Baby. Yeah. So would you like to take this?
Yeah, his Instagram gives me this is a bit of two sides of the coin where like he really backs himself.
And what's his at?
His at is Cason.Wallace.
Yeah. And what's his name? Like his secondary name?
It's Queso2X.
That's good.
And then what is it? Here, under his profession. Oh, yeah, that's his bio. Respect is greater than clout.
Fucking facts, bro.
So it's really straddling that I like to call it the thinner less line between like cool and cringe.
He really is.
Like he's got some fun fits, but like, are they too fun? He's very clearly from Texas. His hair's cool, but like it's a lot. And then his I want to find the actual one, but in one of his Instagram captions, he misquotes a Little Baby lyric.
Yeah, it's the first pinned one. It's from his draft night.
Is it? No, it's not that one. It's
I'm from Texas. That one.
No, that's just another good caption that he had, which you can read out.
Okay, so I'll take his draft night one. He's wearing another one of those you could go either way with. His draft night suit's pretty. I personally think it's dog awful, but he also has a chain that says Queso 2X, which it honestly has to. I hope it means something that isn't just painfully cringe.
Yeah.
For his sake, because I like the guy. I like the way he plays basketball.
Yep.
Did you find the Little Baby quote?
It's one of his. So it's the classic like media day. When they're doing the like arm out with the dribble one, and it's we beat the odds, got it poppin', this unusual. And then I think the actual line is we beat the odds, got it poppin', this shit ain't usual. So it's like pretty minor, but I think you should at least look it up when you put it in your Instagram caption.
I agree with you, but maybe is he like PG? Maybe does he not like cussing?
Okay, yeah, but I guess you could, this stuff ain't usual. But you just say this ain't usual, instead of this unusual.
Yeah, true. I guess it's still unusual.
yeah.
So where are we? Hang on, is this Langston Galloway? No. Sorry. Oh god, it's Hollywood Suave in one of his Instagram posts.
No shitting.
Keaton Wallace to people that know him.
There you go.
So what would you be getting with Keaton Wallace?
This is hard because I think it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think despite being cringe, he'd be really fun to hang out with, and he is a really good basketball player.
Yeah, which helps.
So I might even go Warm Hunt Ultra Crisp for him.
I don't hate it. I feel like everything about his online personality, fits, and play style, all the parts are either boiling hot Heineken or freezing cold filter.
Yeah.
But I think it's got to be one of the top three tiers.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Which means whichever I pick, we're gonna have to meet in the middle. So let's go with Warm Hunt, Chris,
Nice.
because you've gone out there and said it.
Yeah, I think we're the people we are, we're very happy to go along for the ride with someone like Kaysen, whereas I think others might not, maybe wouldn't be so inclined.
Yeah.
But I think we could sit through one just to see what he's like.
It's a beer, guys. Come on.
Yeah, come on. It's not so serious. Should we take a break before we go to the next one?
Sure, and have these maxi bonds.
Yeah, I think we should have these maxi bonds.
That sounds good to me.
The NBA moves so quickly these days, it's hard to keep up. Shams and Woj are breaking stories left and right, but the Quick Time Out is right there with them to keep you informed on the latest NBA news. Stop in and let us break it down as it happens. Find the Quick Time Out on the Deep 2 Podcast Network.
You want to talk WNBA? Maybe some WNBL? Australian Opals chat? Heck, even dabble in some EuroLeague? Find the W Basketball Show on the Deep 2 Podcast Network.
And we're back. Lucas.
Yes, we are.
That was a really good maxi bond, apart from the fact that it was half fucking melted.
Yeah. It's a bit on theme for this podcast.
What do you mean?
Like a really good product that is ruined by the temperature it's served.
A boiling hot maxi bond.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I feel like the middle, like the ice cream part of the maxi bond was just, there was no stiffness to it at all. It was just complete melt.
Yeah, like thank God it was in that, that coating and that biscuit, if you will.
Exactly.
It's half biscuit and half coating.
Half man as well. Speaking of half biscuit, half coating, half man, Derek Lively II of the Dallas Mavericks, putting up 9-8-1 on 72 blank and 59 splits.
Has he attempted a three?
Why don't we play a little trivia? Do you reckon?
No.
I reckon one heave.
Okay. One heave.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, he's attempted 2.
Oh,
So we're both wrong.
oh, wow. That's nice. Yeah, like, I guess he's been what they would want from this player. Like, you know, they needed to draft a center and they drafted a pretty good one. He had a huge game in that really weird Oklahoma. Did you watch that game?
Nah.
The 30-0 run that they lost.
Who had the 32 run?
Dallas Mavericks had a 30-0 run.
Yeah, wait. I feel like the group chat was popping off on that
Yeah,
game.
and then they lost.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Got 30-0
yeah.
run.
And he had 20 points, 16 rebounds, 7 blocks on 9 of 9 shooting. Like, he just had a ridiculous game. And I think the run was like, I don't think Lukas scored in the run. I think he just assisted everyone.
That's
like,
crazy.
He was just like throwing lobs, like finding people in the corner.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I think they had to draft like a guy who could immediately be the 5th best player or their 5th best starter in the position that they needed him in, and I think they achieved that.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more exciting he is than that though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch some Mavericks sometime soon. I've been in a bit of an NBA lull. I'll be honest. I haven't watched a full game in so long. It's you know, another article you can find on the deep2.com. I can't believe that's it easy. But Alessio talking through just the product of the game and the broadcast of the game, and just why it shouldn't take as long as it takes. Because as soon as you zone out, which I did today in the Boston Indiana game, I could never just refine the flow.
Yeah.
And like, maybe I should stop trying to watch full games because it's just not a thing you can even do.
Yeah.
But Derek Lively, I've really liked him all year long. I feel like everyone does.
Yeah.
I feel like you got to be an asshole not to. And that might be, you know, burying the lead a little bit here. But you've got a few Insta captions you'd like to share with the class.
Yeah, man, I just found another one as well. He's a huge caption guy. Like, they're great captions.
Yeah, like this one, a career night for the Rook Heat emoji at Derek Lively, and his first NBA player. He's the first NBA player in history to record. Oh wow,
is that right?
2015 5 on 100% shooting.
Oh yeah, and he did more than 5. He had 7 blocks.
Yeah, and more than 15.
Wait,
16.
No, it says Wilt did it as well.
No, it doesn't.
No, they didn't record blocks back then. So some of his captions, you ain't got to talk behind my back. You know my number. Call me. Dash Meek Mill.
Yeah, and that's just quoting Meek Mill in conversation.
Yeah. If you ain't laughing, you're not living. And then like that, I love that emoji. How do you describe it? It's like the kind of smiley one, a very toothsome smile.
A toothsome smile, but like still joyful. I feel like a toothsome smile might feel a bit saturated. Not the most candid.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a joyous smile.
Exactly right. This one I just found here as well. You'll like this one. Stay on my P's and Q's, standing on 10 emoji toes.
Oh, yes. Also, I feel like back to the if you ain't laughing, you're not living. I feel like it could be a bit Aussie.
Yeah.
You're not laughing, you're not living.
Yeah. I like that. Everything's bigger in Dallas, horse emoji.
Oh, yeah. And we all know why. something Zion Williamson.
So it was his favorite city to go to. And just like the sort of surface level personality stuff, he seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
You know?
And fills a role immediately. That's bonus points. Man, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but boiling hot Heineken. Yeah.
I think we have to reserve that for more interesting people than Derek Lively.
So what are you saying?
I'd go warm hot ultra crisp,
Okay.
but I'd be pretty upset if we pushed to a boiling hot Heineken.
Okay, that's fair. I'll go. Yeah, I'm happy with warm hot ultra crisp.
I really appreciate you for letting me do that.
Yeah. Actually, you look back at the numbers: 9-8-1, 0-2 from downtown.
0-2. And I mean, really, what better segue than
go do it?
The man himself.
Yeah.
Gradey Dick of the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
A man who needs no introduction,
Yeah.
and I'll introduce him anyway.
Yeah. What is he averaging?
He's posting up some pretty solid numbers here.
Yeah, 100. That's 100% from the free throw line.
4 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist per game.
Yep.
So, you know, he's filling that stat sheet. He's a stat sheet stuffer, actually.
Yep.
27 from the field, 24 from 3, and the aforementioned 100 from the free throw line. And I believe he's been demoted to the G League or sent to the G League.
He's been reassigned to the
G
G League.
Yeah,
to the Raptors 905, where
they couldn't handle him in the Toronto.
the league isn't ready for him.
They're not.
JVG legend Reggie Perry famously used to like put up good numbers for the 905. He might even still be there.
Did he also wear number 1 for the Toronto Raptors?
I don't know. He won number 1 for Mississippi State. As we all know.
I think he won number 1 for the. It's so good that this is one of the things you can really easily find out on Basketball Reference.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He actually never wore one in the NBA. I don't know why I thought that.
He wore one in college. Yeah, I have the jersey. Feel old yet.
Oh, he never actually played an NBA game for the Toronto Raptors.
That'll happen. Gradey Dick's even his what's it called? G League debut was really bad. I think he was like 1 of 12 or something.
Yeah.
But then his second game, he was scored in the 20s there somewhere.
Yeah.
Here you go. No, I've just got the averages.
He wore number 1 for the Raptors 905.
Mr. Perry.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Fuck. Is Dick wearing one for the 905?
I have to assume so because he's wearing it for the Toronto Raptors senior.
Yeah. I just wish you could look at G League game by game stats.
Yes, he is. He is wearing number 1. God, what a hallowed jersey.
Yeah.
For the Raptors 905.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about this guy at length. This is Gradey Dick, of course. Numbers don't really add it up, but the off-court presence, I feel like, overrides everything.
Exactly.
And he's just such a good guy. I feel like that he has that TikTok video or that compilation of TikToks where he's like dancing. Jesus, the fuck is that? Oh, it's a fly.
Yeah,
Flies never fly into people's faces like that.
That's a huge fly. I ate about 3 flies at Strawberry, I think.
Why?
Hungry.
Yeah, I feel like we've chronicled this stuff, but just Instagram presence, immaculate.
Unparalleled.
Off-court stuff, immaculate. Been in a Drake video, immaculate. On-court stuff, not that good. Actually, I feel like he's very scared to be on the court. He doesn't really cut with purpose, and I feel like he's too scared to shoot, even though he has a pretty nice release.
Yeah, his game looks nice.
Yeah.
When you see him like in Summer League or in Uncle Rico runs, as he put it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it just hasn't translated to NBA level basketball.
It has to be a confidence thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like the confidence will come. His name's fucking Gradey Dick.
Yeah. 100%.
Also, where's number 1? And we're gonna have to give him the Wemby treatment. I think
100%. He's just so much swagger. He's got such a nice voice. It's so nice listening to him speak. And this is the thing is like he's going into this Toronto Raptors locker room with all these vets and everything, and he's dominating. Like he's making jokes with all of them.
Yeah.
Like he's running around asking them more questions that they don't want to answer. He never skips a beat, even when OG Anunoby gives him absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one.
And his caption game is unparalleled. My favorite is cutting all loose ends. I be the barber for free, and then the love heart on fire emoji.
Flaming heart emoji.
When he did the Rico Hines runs, he what did he caption it? It was so good. It was Uncle Rico runs, and then just an emoji I would never use.
Yeah. Could you explain it while mine loads?
It's like a guy throwing a ball. But I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's like a guy throwing a ball.
I don't think I've ever seen it before.
But it isn't exactly that. This is my favorite one. Riding the wave like Daytona.
Yeah.
Where he edits himself dunking over himself lying on the ground. This is before he'd even played. Also, a lot of parallels between him and Victor Wembanyama. Both got Drake features. Both were number 1. What else would there be?
Just both above 6 feet tall.
Both above 6 feet tall. You can't.
Both have short hair. Oh,
both
not
have
really,
short hair.
actually.
Both shooting in the 20s from 3. So I'm going boiling hot Heineken.
I have to go boiling hot Heineken. I have to be in the room with him.
Oh,
I absolutely have to be in the room with him.
Yeah. This isn't just this is passes the beer test, and I would love to meet him.
Yeah.
So,
But please get better at basketball.
Please, we'd love to watch you play. We'd love to get Dick 1 jerseys. We'd love if the Raptors started releasing some better-ish jerseys. You know what? Better jerseys, just full stop.
It would be a real shame if he just wasn't ever really in the league. After all this build-up, particularly that we've given him.
Yeah.
But that would be such a shame.
It'd be horrible.
Unless you just keep him around for the vibe,
Yeah.
Just one of those
Locker room
13th roster spot guys.
Yeah.
You're like, whatever. He costs $2 million. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Next up, Jordan Hawkins of New Orleans Pelicans fame. Would you want to take this guy away?
Yeah,
Jordan
sure.
5K.
He's 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 39 from the field, 37 from 3, and 87 from the free throw line. He's leading all rookies in made threes by he's more than double the next rookie, who I think is Chet. I'm going off the top of my head, but he's on 80 something for the season already, and Chet's on 35, which is great for Chet. Don't want to knock him. So he's just obviously been given the green light by Willie to shoot absolutely everything. I spoke about it on the Deep 2 last week with Sean. I hate how much he's shooting for us, as a Pelicans fan, but he's legit. His release is good. He can get shots off in any situation, being closed out. Doesn't, definitely shoots a lot when he shouldn't shoot. He's, good off the dribble. He's good, moving. He's just a complete shooter, I think. And I've really enjoyed watching him play until he just, shoots us out of a game. In our 10-point win over the Kings in the in-season tournament quarterfinals today, he actually didn't play a minute.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he fully got DMP CD'd.
Jeez.
Which, I respect because with Trey Murphy back, he kind of has... I wouldn't say he's redundant on this team, because that's pretty shit to say about your rookie who, started 8 games for you, is scoring 13 points a game, is shooting 37% from 3 on heaps of attempts. But when Willie was we need to not have a complete turnstile on defense, so let's bench him. But I think if you look past what impact he's having on the Pelicans, his play is really nice. He's got a real nice shot, and he's exciting to watch when he can get so hot.
Would you like to guess how many 3-pointers he's attempted in his young career?
God, it's got to be 220 or something.
No, it's 150.
Oh wait, God, I did my maths so wrong. Yeah.
150 on the dot.
Yeah.
How do you feel having Trey Murphy back?
So good. Oh, incredible. Oh, he's so good. He actually, he makes me so happy. He's just he's such a good player. He's so good at basketball. And he's just the perfect complement to every single player above him on the roster. He just does exactly what we need. He spaces the floor for Zion and Ingram. He has such good chemistry with both of them. They can find him anywhere. And yeah, he's just gonna unlock so much. We just actually have a consistent 3-point scorer on our team now. Despite Jordan Hawkins sort of flashes in the early season.
I didn't realize you guys ended up beating the Kings.
Yeah.
What the hell?
10 points.
And what happened? Zion, why did he not play? Did he get injured? Or was he just
he was just bad.
Oh my God. Fucking shout out Willie Green.
This is it was I think we might have been 6 points up in the fourth quarter, and Willie took out Zion and CJ and put on Trey and Jose. So it was Jose, Herb, Trey, Brandon Ingram, Valanciunas, King. And we just went ballistic. We just ran all over them with that lineup. Jose gets a steal, chucks it to Trey. He gets a corner 3. And yeah, oh God, it's so nice having those two back. Jose and Trey are just they're just always such positives for the team when every other player has games where they make you want to pull your fucking hair out.
4 guys hitting 3 threes for the Pelicans as well today. That has to feel good.
Yeah.
So Jordan Hawkins, you're at the pub, the fucking whatever, the Peacock. What beer are you ordering with him?
I don't know, man. He's from the Brandon Ingram school of doing interviews where he hates answering questions and he mumbles every answer. So I don't really want to hang out with him that badly. He is a Pelican though, so I'll probably have to go cool Carlton Dry.
I was going to go cool Carlton Dry. I think main thing I'd like to ask him about is just like coming into the league. Like, what the fuck? Why are you hitting so many threes?
Yeah.
Because that kind of came out of nowhere for everyone else. Did that come out of nowhere for you? And I would also like to just like feed his ego.
Yeah.
I'd love to just like have a conversation about like, dude, you're like, you know, that Trey Murphy guy just came back and took your spot. That's kind of fucked up, especially depending, considering how well you've been playing.
Yeah.
Look, there's minutes to play now that Willie Green showed that he can bench Zion in a meaningful situation. Just keep shooting, bro. Just keep balling.
You really want to stir the pot.
Nah, but in a good way.
It's worth it. So he's 21 and he would have been 12 when Steph Curry made his first All-Star appearance. And like it shows. Like I think he might be like the first guy who like saw Steph Curry play when he was a kid and was like, I just want to do that. Like, that's the only thing I want to do in basketball.
Yeah. I'd agree. Cool Carlton Dry.
Nice.
Keontae George of Utah Jazz fame. What do you want to do here?
This guy, let's hit some quickly here.
Yeah.
This guy, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists on bad shooting here, 34, 31, 78. But like, he's been a pretty breakout player. Like, he's solidified himself as the Jazz's starting point guard. And he's looked good. He's just looked really good as a table setter. You gotta start hitting more shots if you want to be a starting NBA player, though. But that's just like not important for the Jazz at the moment. Jazz still such a weird team. Like, I feel like they have maybe like 5 really good basketball players, and they're like the 4th worst team in the league.
Is he one of them?
Yeah. And yeah, like obviously has room for improvement, but he's looking like a really, really good, like a really solid point guard.
I can't say I've seen enough of him to make a comment, but I feel like, but based on everything you've said and Instagram presence, I'll let you say that caption. I like him. I feel like he's just a funny, goofy guy.
Yeah. He's got a good energy about him. I think this is one of the cutest basketball captions ever on a video of his summer league highlights. Played some basketball for a couple of weeks. Praying hands emoji.
Yeah,
that's just adorable.
Yeah.
And I really liked his draft night suit. The like kind of snakeskin jacket. The pearls there as well. Little velvet shirt. It's kind of like interesting without being. No, I mean it is gaudy, but it's gaudy without being flashy.
Yeah. I'd say cool Carlton Dry for this guy.
I'm happy to go.
He's a simple cool Carlton Dry. All right. We got 4 left. Let's run through them, I reckon.
All right.
Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Man, I love this guy.
Oh my god. And you want to hate him.
Yes.
Like
so
going in, you want to hate him. Another guy that's, is giving undrafted. But was just definitely
was a first rounder,
and has been so good on such a good team as well. 12, 4 and 3 on 52, 39, 79 splits. Wait, you take it from here.
Yeah, so I think obviously his play is incredible. Like, he's a great shooter. Sometimes they'll run like post isolations for him, which is like so weird to do for a rookie. And like they work. So yeah, like he's just got such a good read of the game. His off court stuff, man. First of all, his Instagram handle @Triple with 3 P's. He's coming for the Triple J nickname, which I think is so funny.
Yeah.
When Jaren Jackson Jr. won the Defensive Player of the Year last year for like this this pale goateed Latino to come into the league and be like, nah, I'm Triple J actually.
Yeah.
And like, I think unlike the next member of this list, you really want to hate his facial hair, but you can't. Like, he really pulls it off.
Yeah.
He looks so stupid, but so good at the same time.
He just does not look like a basketball player, let alone an NBA player.
Yeah.
Like the elite of the elite, and has been playing so well in the NBA. It's all tied together, man. It's who's he? You know what? You know how like Party Boy 69? You know how you like just want to hate him?
Yeah.
But have you seen him live?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, really good.
So
really
good. And I feel like, hate's a strong word, and that's why I only used it for Party Boy 69 and not Jaime. But I feel like, there is this like resistance going in just based off their image.
Yeah.
But then they win you over straight away, and I think that counts for everything. And I'm going to have to go BHH.
Yeah, 100.
Boiling hot Heineken.
I'm BHHing him as well.
Boiling hot Heineken, Jaime Hackers Jr. Triple H.
we gotta have the quirked up white boys in the boiling hot Heineken.
Yeah.
Tier for sure.
Chet Holmgren.
So incredible. Like, I think based on purely on play, currently the best rookie in the NBA. There is this conversation fermenting that he might win Rookie of the Year over Victor Wembanyama. Let's see how that pans out. But he's averaging 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists on 53, 39, 86 shooting. That's good for anyone.
Those are ridiculous numbers.
That's absurd.
None of those numbers go together.
No.
They should never be in the same person's averages.
Yeah.
And then
how
also
many blocks as well?
2.2.
2.2 blocks.
Yeah, which has to be close to leading the league. We're talking about on-court at length. I feel like there'd be a bit of cringe about Chet, but I think not anywhere near enough. Also looks like Abe Lincoln.
Yeah. Okay, so the cringe for Chet, I have to play you the first few seconds of his Nike Unpacked video on Instagram. Because it is a bit cringe.
Okay.
It is, but it's just loading there. So, and I think he does. He gave that one really weird post-game interview,
right,
where he said that completely unintelligible thing. Do you remember the graphic that I'm talking about?
No.
I think sometimes probably like a lot of white NBA players, he kind of forgets who he is, and then leans a bit too much into like lingo and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, that can be a bit cringe for me. All right, wait, hold on.
Well, when he was a rookie as well, he was. Oh yeah, we can watch this.
No, you say what you're saying.
Well, when he was a rookie, we've said this as well on the pod, but he wore the dice chain. The 3 and the 4 on the dice, because not only is that his number, one of his numbers is 34, one of his numbers is 7, but also he bets on himself.
Yeah, exactly right.
Right. Let's watch this.
Just the first few seconds here.
When I'm listening to my music right before a game, I got my music turned up loud, but I'm not singing along because I'm focused on my preparation for
Awesome. Thanks for taking us through that, Chet.
I'm not singing along.
Nah, that's some bullshit.
Where do you want to have a beer with this guy?
Far out, man.
I'm a bit torn here.
I hate to go back to back with the BHHs, but I'm having a boiling hot Heineken with Chet Holmgren.
I want to put in boiling hot Heineken, but for me, he is the bottom of this tier.
That's fair.
Because of the cringe, and because I just want to acknowledge that Jaime's goatee looks good and his looks bad.
Oh yeah,
and he should shave it.
Yeah. But he's almost got the goatee with a chinner.
Yeah. It is the Abe Lincolner, isn't it?
Yeah, he's really embodying Abe. And Abe Lincoln isn't singing along.
But much in the same vein as Victor as well. Like, I just got to be near that guy. Yeah.
I feel like if all of these guys are in the same pub, I'm not flagging down Chet.
Yeah.
If I'm like 5 minutes away, I'll be like, Jaime, fucking get over here, man. This thing is too hot to hold. Please take it.
All right. Just 2 left here, and these ones are more gimmicks than anything else.
Yeah.
Jalen Pickett of the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah. J-Pick 22.
He's only played 74 minutes, so hard to read who he is yet. His like name, not his handle, is big whoop devil horns hand emoji on Instagram, which is pretty good. And then this video of him meeting Wembanyama for the first time.
He's fucking buff as well.
Yeah, this is just the funniest shit when he's mic'd up against the Spurs.
We shook hands. I'm not gonna lie. Like his hand went to like here. His hand came over right here.
Just spent the entire game, like, whenever he was on the bench, like, in shoot around everything, the entire time he's just like you just see him, like, pointing to his forearm.
God, that is so funny. What's his name? Jalen Pickett here.
Jalen Pickett. For that, I want to put him in.
Oh, he's 6'4". I thought he was gonna be like 6'8" or 6'9".
Nah, that's what I mean. I don't know. I really don't know who he is yet. So, how do you feel about Jalen Pickett based solely off that one video?
So funny.
Yeah.
You'd have to.
I think I want a warm heart ultra crisp him.
I was gonna say warm heart ultra crisp, and this is like another one of those guys that is aside from just the NBA stuff and like the criteria we're usually using. Yeah. I do want to get a beer with that guy.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'd love to ask him some questions. What's his young career been like? What's it like to, play such spot minutes? Where does Victor Wembanyama's fingers go up to on your arm?
It's so endearing seeing like one NBA player be in awe of another NBA player as well. It's like, all right, you're one of the 450 guys like you in the world currently. Yeah. And like, but you're acting like you're like 10,000 rungs below that guy.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. It's not like to act like you've been there before. Yeah. It's like, that's a tall guy. Yeah. That's a really tall guy.
And I think just further throws Victor into that top tier as well. Yeah. By osmosis. Yeah. Our last gimmick pick here, Tumani Kamara for the Portland Trailblazers. Averaging, 6-4-1 on 41, 28, 74. Mm-hmm. But have you watched him? I think he's been pretty good.
He's belonged on the basketball court. He had that, was it a game-winning block a couple of days ago?
Yeah. Like he's carving out a role as a role player in the NBA for sure. Yeah. His Instagram handle is Too Many Buckets. Yeah. Undefeated. Yeah. So good. He's got a really good eyebrow slit.
And finally,
I just love him because of Sean's too many cameras joke. Yeah, I think that's the funniest misnomer for an NBA player we have at the moment.
It is. It's fucking funny. He also, I feel like, is one of those like older than you'd expect guys. Yeah. But also he's Belgian. Yeah. And Belgium, I feel like, they're coming in terms of world basketball.
Very true. He's 23.
Yeah.
I think he's 4 years at college and potentially like in American high school when he was like 19 as well or something like that. Like,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. First posters with him and his partner. Mm-hmm. I got a feeling there's a non-zero. This guy's married.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, no, he would have made an Instagram post of it for sure.
Yeah, true.
But I love of the 5 photos of his grid, 2 of them are just in metro settings. Yeah. Wearing the same outfit. Also, posted about 18 weeks apart.
True. That's so funny. Wow, legend. Yeah. Where are you tiering Too Many Cameras?
Oh, man. Purely on the cameras, it bumps him up from a freezing cold Philly to a cold Bolter.
A cold Bolter. All right, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. All right. Should we run through the tiers before we say sayonara?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the S tier, boiling hot Heineken, you would share with them. We have Victor Wembanyama, Gradey Dick, Jaime Jaquez, and Chet Holmgren. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good tier there.
That's a solid 4.
In the A tier, the Warm Hunt Ultra Crisp, we have Osar Thompson, Kasem Wallace, Derek Lively II, and Jalen Pickett with an absolutely clutch inclusion.
Yeah, so common theme there, good defenders.
True. Okay,
and Jalen
Pickett. Yeah. In the B tier, Cool Carlton Dry, we have Scoot Henderson, Anthony Black, Bilal Coulibaly, Derace Walker, Jordan Hawkins, and Keontae George. I think there are some don't know anything about him, so chucked him in here, guys. And then I think there's some more interesting, like, all right, like, I'm going to give this guy a chance. Yeah. C tier, Cold Bolter XBA, we have Brandon Miller, Amen Thompson, and Tumani Kamara. Yeah, I'm not super excited about any of these guys that hang out with them. Yeah. And I think this is pretty nice of us. The only person we have in the freezing cold filter XBA tier is Taylor Hendricks. None of us have watched play any NBA. Yeah. So, yeah. That, Taylor.
So it's kind of based off of nothing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with all of that. I think I picked Bilal Coulibaly for warm Ultra Crisp.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm happy with the way the list ended.
Yeah, cool.
Do you have any amendments you'd make?
No, I think that's pretty good. I'd love to watch some Amen Thompson and be able to, bump him up just because like I like his brother and I think I could like him as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll talk to you guys the next time we talk to you guys.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.